My name is Matt Turner. I'm one of the writers on Assassin's Creed 3. We're here at the launch party for Assassin's Creed 3 in Hollywood, California. We're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, that excited is a good word to sum it up. I mean, so how was it bringing everything together? What was the inspiration behind it that led you to write, something so epic?
Oh, it's a long, hard road, and that could be a 5-day question.
Perfect. We got 4 days.
But for us, at the core, was about making a brand new assassin who was new for different reasons, who was interesting to play for players from a whole new fantasy. That meant the way that he moved, the reasons that drove him, and the spaces that he was comfortable in. And for us, the natural progression for that and the best fit for that was natural environments like big sprawling forests, and colonial America provided the perfect stage for that, coupled with revolution. So with all those things put together, we set about trying to find the best character to push through that kind of world, and Connor Kenway was who ended up with there.
Connor, now, yeah, that's what I was going to lead on to. You got the half Native American protagonist. Where did that come from? The origin, should I say?
Yeah, so like I was saying, I mean, we wanted the assassin to be interesting and compelling for a whole new set of reasons as previous assassins. And Ezio and Altair were kind of these urban, metropolitan, cosmopolitan men, and that would exist and thrive in like a city. And for us, the next step was to go somewhere outside of the cities into kind of natural and forest environments. And for that, someone with a Native American heritage was perfect. So we started to explore what tribes were around that area in the time, and who could come in and out of that situation and provide us with an interesting backdrop to have a great protagonist. And the Mohawk community was the best one for us. So right away, we went and got a consultant from the community, and he was with us every step of the way, making sure that the way Connor spoke was accurate, and what he was dressing, and his village, where he came from, and all the things that he did and what he said, and his beliefs lined up with traditional Mohawk beliefs as well. So he was as authentic as we could make him be.
I see. So I know you said you did a lot of explorations. You must have learned in depth about this culture and then some, right?
It was really special, and it was a great opportunity just for me personally to get in there and experience and learn about something that otherwise I probably wouldn't have had an opportunity to. And to get in there and have that kind of exposure to this beautiful culture that is like just hidden away in this tiny corner of the U.S. and Canada. They straddled the border up there, and to learn about what they're about and their philosophies and their creation stories and what they think about the future of their culture in respects to modern day society and all that kind of stuff was just such an eye-opener and a real treat for me. And I think I grew a lot as just a person to be able to understand that kind of stuff.
Now you say you grew a lot. I'm assuming that you learn a lot as well. Was there anything in particular that you learned or took note of that you wanted to highlight?
I think the perception of what the Native Americans' role was in the American Revolution can be at least sometimes not accurately painted, and I think the version that we got from the people that were in the middle of it was very different and very eye-opening, and just how they were at times forced to pick a side, and they didn't really want to have this wasn't their fight. And that to us, that kind of core idea was important for Connor, that he wasn't part of the American versus the British fight. He was in it for his own reasons and driven through this conflict from a different place, and he had his own kind of motivations for being involved in it and his own end game, and that all ties back to this kind of core feeling that they had, which was that they didn't have a dog in this fight and they were being forced to make a decision, and that kind of led to certain things.
Yeah, definitely had to be some perseverance then on their end.
Absolutely.
Now, as far as, because obviously this is a video game and you have video game fanatics that are, excited about it. What is something that should expect from this that they would have seen on none of the other Assassin's Creed?
I think the biggest kind of departure from the traditional Assassin's Creed games that we have in this one is the naval combat. So you have a whole portion of the game where you go at sea in big frigates, and you fight wars at sea with cannons, and you board, and it's a completely new fantasy for players. It's different to any Assassin's Creed before that, and it's the scope and the scale of it is something that is really hard to not turn your head to it. And I think the execution of the environments, being on the open water and having massive waves crashing down and storms, and you're firing your cannons and you're trying to line it up and you're fighting against other big ships, and it's a brand new thing that I haven't seen before in games at all. Just that kind of perspective on naval combat, and I hope that people respond to it the way we want them to.
Yeah, no, that's good. It sounds like you guys are definitely revolutionizing the gaming system as we speak. Yeah. So, any plans for another one to come out? What could you tell us about that?
That's above my pay grade. First we gotta make sure that this one is going to be well received and do well. And once that is out there in 6 days' time, you're nervous. we'll be able to make a decision whether it'll be something else after that. But obviously, I would love to, but whether or not it's going to happen, I really can't say.